Y'all know what time it is. Reaction. Different video though. What's good, y'all? I'm back. Listen, we're back here with another motherfucking video, nigga. Investigator answers true kind questions from Twitter. I mean, can we clap our hands? I love this. Settle down, settle down. I was gonna watch a video about a airplane crash investigator. I was gonna watch that. Then I saw this on the side. I said, "Oh no, this gotta go first." And then guess what? After this one, there's a psychiatrist one. Oh, gotta hear that one. Anyway, though, it's time. It's time. Let's go. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Just hold on, wait. Let me just.
I'm Jillian Peterson. I'm a criminologist and former investigator. Let's answer some questions from the internet.
Talk to me.
This is True Crime Support.
Talk to me. Oh, hold on.
At Becoming Jill asks, isn't the spouse always the first suspect? When it comes to women being murdered.
Oh, yes. When it's women, yes. When it's men, I would say probably their friend or anyone that's trying to get next to their wife. I would say that.
Murdered, yes. 35 to 50% of them are murdered by either a current spouse or partner or a former spouse or partner. So if you can rule out things like a robbery gone bad, a drug deal gone bad, a fight that escalated, gang violence, if you can rule all those things out, definitely your next most likely suspect is going to be the spouse.
That's bad. That's terrible that it's like that. And the fact that she says 35 to 50, that means I could literally flip a fucking coin and I could be right. I could just say, nah, her spouse did it, and I would be right to say that. You'd be like, that's not crazy.
At Joji Shi asked, did you know that 1% of cold cases are solved? Our current clearance rate for murder in this country is only about 50%. If you commit a murder, it's kind of flip of the coin whether or not you get arrested for it.
Well, that's not crazy though, because like some people are really good at dodging murder. Like some people, like even with all the cameras and all the other shit, it's kind of it's still like the 1600s. Like you could deadass just walk up to somebody, kill them, and move. Like if you have no motive to do it, and then you randomly just feel the motive to do it, and then do it the first person you see, it's like. And imagine if that person go back to being normal. It's like, how do you know it's that person unless there's a camera? But besides that, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I get it though. I get it.
Our clearance rates are way down. I think it has to do with we've seen such an increase in homicide the last few years. And with that, we've had a decrease just in the number of police officers we have. It's a lot more than 1% of cases that are unsolved. At Brother Grimbo asked, did Jack the Ripper exist or was Victorian England just kind of stabby? Jack the Ripper did exist.
He did.
Committed
He's definitely
a
real.
series of really violent, gruesome murders. So as an example, just to show what it was like during that period of
You just gonna act like you ain't just okay.
time. This is a news report
Okay.
from 1888. I think it really shows that Victorian England was a rather stabby place during
I'm not gonna lie though. Whoever was drawing these shits, I gotta get props, nigga. I gotta get props. Not too much though. You was giving him ore in real time. You gave him so much ore, he's on record of Ragnarok. You gave him way too much. Like you was cool with a few, now it's too much. Too much.
period of time. There's actually another serial killer who was operating at the time named Thomas Cream. He was convicted of poisoning 9 or 10 people during the exact same period of time. During
What are we talking like? Okay.
his execution, his final words are rumored to be, "I am Jack, ... Although he was actually in prison at the time of some of the murders, so it really couldn't have been him. And we still don't know exactly who.
That shit was whack, nigga.
At MSL Simpson asked, my sister just sent me a message to say that she listened to a podcast and is going off to try to solve a murder. Who needs the police? Yes, this is a thing where individuals listen to podcasts and they think, I can solve this. It's known as citizen sleuths. The January 6th riots, a lot of the individuals who ended up being criminally charged were identified by citizen sleuths on social media, trying to identify them. And
That's absurd to me that niggas really are like, yo, I'm about to solve this. And they do it. And you get no compensation. Now, granted, it's kind of hard to compensate someone that just says, you know what, I'm gonna find this person. All right, I found them. Give me my money. That's kind of crazy. Cause it's like pounding a bounty on their head, and you could lie, but still, it's crazy that, like, when I hear people saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go look for this person," I'll be like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Then niggas really do it, and I'm like, "Oh, I wasn't familiar. My bad, big bro. My bad."
The case of the Gabby Petito murder, who was killed by Brian Laundrie, her fiance. She was missing for a long period of time. It was really a group of young people on TikTok that started uploading videos of the park where she went missing. The van was spotted, and they were really able to locate her body and isolate where she was located. However, if you talk to most police officers, they will say they do not like this movement of citizen sleuths, that oftentimes they can go down rabbit holes and end up accusing people who are truly innocent.
See, that I knew that was going to be a problem. I knew that was going to be a problem. There's no way every single time they do it, it just works.
That can really destroy lives. At Nerman Man's 46302 asks, why do serial killers kill? I want to study their brains so badly.
You sound like a serial killer your damn self. I want to study their brains so badly. Let's keep the human rights intact. Because we're not going to be able to stop them no matter what. Because it's one of those things where it literally eats at their brain, and then one day they snap. That's it. That's just how.
Generally, we can say there's three big categories. One being power and control. I think one example of a power and control serial killer might be somebody like the Zodiac killer, who was attacking primarily young couples. It was really about murdering people who were kind of in the prime of their life. One is a sexual motivation, sexual fantasy. The sexual fantasy category is often people who are sexually aroused by violence or sexually aroused by having sex with bodies after they've killed them. One example of somebody motivated by sexual fantasy would be Ted Bundy. The third category would be a serial killer motivated by hallucinations. Good example of that would be like the Son of Sam killer, who was motivated by delusions.
Who is that?
There has been some studies of mostly murderers' brains. We do see some differences, particularly in an area called the amygdala, which is a part of the brain that controls things like fear and aggression. It's hard to say that that's causal. It's the brain that causes the behavior that causes changes in the brain, but there does seem to be something there in some of these early studies.
I feel like it's one of those things where it's like I said, I feel like the brain gets eaten away, and you can't check that. You can't check that in real time. You can't be like, oh yeah, I see your brain getting eaten away in real time. No, you can't. It's just one day they're there, next day gone. And I feel like it's a gradual thing, but then if they try to suppress it, it comes out even harder, or it eats even faster. Like, for example, you know the kids that are like, how all of them, like Jeffrey Dahmer, he was hurting animals at a very young age. The fact that went unchecked in and of itself made it keep getting worse and worse. And then he was like, next thing you know what? No one's stopping me. No one gonna stop me killing people, right? And then that's why he went for gay people, because he was like, no one cares about these people, obviously. Because no one cared about the animals, so he goes for people that people don't care about. I feel like that's why that happened with Jeffrey Dahmer. That's just me though.
At Code Smithio asks, why have murders increased during the COVID-19 pandemic? We saw a massive spike in homicide during COVID-19, the biggest year-on-year increase in homicide we've ever seen since we started tracking this. It was about a third increase, or a 30% jump. Other forms of crime went down, but homicide specifically spiked. Could be because people weren't working, there was financial strain, there was stress. There's also this thing that happened where George Floyd was murdered. A lot of cities started pulling back their policing. That's sometimes referred to as depolicing. So it's really hard to pull apart which of these factors was the main driver. It was likely all of it at once. At Lee Perez Ray asks, is #America the best at murder in the whole world? We are a standout when it comes to murder. If you look at other countries similar to ours, so places in Europe, Canada, Australia, most countries are under 1 homicide per 100,000.
Well, the thing is, some of these places are really small, and then you have Australia. I can't really say that no more. Oh shit.
Residents.
And then wait, hold on. Is that propaganda I just saw? Y'all see it right there, bro. Y'all see it. Y'all see who's there. Y'all see who's next to us. I'm just saying.
The United States is at 4.382. We aren't the worst in the entire.
You know what it is? It's because they let dumb niggas have guns. They don't have a literary test for people to have a gun. That's why. So people are stupid. They get mad, and then when they get mad, they just go to the worst thing they could possibly do. They don't think nothing about going to jail or nothing like that. They just do it. They just do it. That's why I think those numbers, the homicide numbers of not finding out murders, are skewed, because again, you could be like, oh, that person's, having a bad life, whatever, but it's normal. And then they just go off do some dumbass shit because they didn't. No literary test for them to have a gun. They have a gun. They kill somebody. They throw the gun away. You never find the gun. You're never gonna find it to kill somebody. That's why. And then it eats at them because they're dumb. They're not crazy though. So eventually, they get to a point where they're like, oh, I gotta tell somebody. That's why. We let dumb niggas. I'm not gonna cuss. We're letting people that are not smart have guns. The most deadly weapon besides that a normal man can hold. Nukes are not normal.
Higher world, there are other countries per capita in Latin America who do have a higher rate than us.
A lot of
places
people in a small
like
area.
Honduras,
Small area.
Mexico,
Small
Jamaica. But when it comes to sort of
Small
similarly
area.
developed countries, America really stands out. At Trisha McEwen 13 asks, could a psychopath grow through life without giving any sign, or will there always be something that is a giveaway, some we trait? Yes, you can.
I watched the psychopath video. She said it's the eyes. Something about the eyes. When they get angry or something along those lines, she said that their eyes go lifeless. Like there's nothing in them. Like if there's a light, the light's gone. It looks like they look like a cat. They just looks like the black in their eyes just spread. And it just goes away. That's what she said. That's just me. And she liked cats, by the way.
Go through life and not know that someone is a psychopath. You see high rates of psychopathy in industries like the entertainment industry, law enforcement, law, politics. Being a serial killer, being violent, committing crime is actually not one of the symptoms.
Thank you.
It's what we tend to think of when we think of psychopaths.
Thank you for
there
telling the
really
truth.
Isn't any.
That's why I said King Von wasn't a psychopath. He killed people, but he wasn't actively just killing anybody. That's why, come on.
Thing like killing animals or setting fires, that's gonna be a tell. If I was gonna name one thing that might be a giveaway, it would be a trouble reading other people's emotions and maybe mimicking back emotions without really feeling those emotions. At Thackeray Yardy says, okay, can someone please tell me the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath, please? There's really no.
Isn't a sociopath the ones that can't feel any emotion and they have to fake it? Psychopaths can feel emotion, but it's just like they just don't care. Like it's just no empathy, no some other stuff. I forgot.
Clear distinction. Sociopath is a word that was used more in the 80s and the 90s. It's used less today. It's used maybe by the media and in pop culture, but as the criminology field, we've really moved towards psychopathy being the thing that we look for, that we can define clinically, that we know how to test for. And so the field had just gone more in the direction of using psychopath as opposed to sociopath. At David.
So we literally just picked it just because it just, okay.
759838862 asks, so since the early 90s, why have gun murder rate gone down while the number of guns has significantly increased?
Because they get to get a license. So people know with their name comes, like, because I'm pretty sure the license has the gun that you also own. So guess what? You can't just kill somebody with your gun and they're like, oh, you were around at that time. Your gun has residue that has been shot recently, and you don't go to gun range. They're like, come on, we know you shot it.
I might disagree on this one. Our murder rate in the 90s was extremely high. Then we did see a big dip in the 2000, 2010, so it was sort of high in the 90s, it went down, and then the last 5 years, and particularly the last 2 years, we've really seen it spark back up again. During that period of time, gun ownership increased in this country over time, particularly the last couple of years. So we now have more guns than people in this country. About 120 Americans are killed by guns every day. That would include homicides, suicides, accidents, police shootings, but about 120 people total. At the Flying Nipple asks, terrifying.
The flying nipple. All right.
I wonder how many unexplained missing persons there are.
I'm not gonna go into the, there's something bigger going on, and I'm not gonna go into something bigger going on, but y'all know what I'm talking about. J.E., man, that nigga was evil, bro. I'm not gonna say too much.
It's about 500,000 people a year go missing. That is down from maybe 1 million a year back in the 90s. But estimates are about 90% of them are found. Most of them are young people running away from home, but 10% of that 500,000 missing still leaves 50,000 people who are missing and unaccounted for every year. CC Joe 1 asks, real question, what percentage of mass shooters are male?
A lot of them.
The answer is 98% of mass shooters are male. At Truth or Dare.
Shit. Guys, I promise I'm not that type of cat. Please. I'm good.
Asked, my question about these mass shooters is this. Why schools, whether it's an elementary, middle, or high school, what attracts you to kill children? About 92% of them are actually students at that school. So this is people targeting their own school, or they might be former students. But
yeah, those targeting the peers. I mean, that's kind of obvious. Who else would they do? Who else would be reasonable to target? What, they gonna go to a mall? That's random people. They want to kill somebody that punctures. It's a puncture wound. Like, it hurts to hear that. Like, oh, if you hear people die at the mall, it's like, people died, but it's at a mall. But when you hear a kid died, it's like, damn, they didn't even get to live life. Like, damn. It's always going to hurt worse when you hear a kid die. It's always going to hurt worse.
But most likely, they're current students. They're 15, 16 years old. My own research shows that these perpetrators come from homes with lots of violence and abuse. They tend to study other perpetrators who are like them and feel like they're a part of them. And then they target their own school because that's where they have the grievance against. Those are the people that they blame for their misery. School shootings are designed to be final acts. So perpetrators go in knowing they're not going to come out of it. And in fact, they want to be known for this. They're craving that notoriety. They want their name in the history books.
And that's why I'm a firm believer in talking about it once, leave it out your mind. Never talk about them again. Because if you stop talking about them, guess what? They die. In real life and metaphorically, they die. That's it. Their life ends right there because they're not going to have a child. It dies right there. That last name that they have, it dies with them. Now, of course, if someone else has a last name, obviously, but if we're talking about that specific person, that lineage dies right there. That's how I feel about it, though. Should I finish this vid? We'll do one more section, and then I'll say the other one for like tomorrow or some shit.
At Snack Time asks, Murdaugh Murders is such a crazy series on Netflix. Like, how in the world did these people get away with all of this? Alex Murdaugh has been convicted of killing his wife and his child, and there's also other murders that...
okay, listen, I know, right? I shouldn't say this. This nigga should have been playing basketball. Look how big he is, bro. Why? This is what I mean when I say height doesn't make you a better person at all. It never does. It never has. I'm above the average height. Not saying the height, by the way. I'm above the average height. I'm a little bit taller than normal people. There has never been a time in my life where I felt like, oh, because I'm taller than you, I'm better than you. Never felt that. There's two, because like, listen, people be saying Napoleon complex, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you're short, that's why you're angry. Right? That's what dudes, right? But I have a rebuttal. I'll say this, it's the EP syndrome. If you're tall, you're more likely to be a pedophile. Not saying everybody tall is one, but when everybody feels short to you, what is the difference between 4'10" and 5'2" to you? If you're already tall, like way taller than them, come on. Y'all hear what I'm trying to say? I'm just saying. That's just me though. If y'all want to use it, at me though.
He may or may not be guilty of including a housekeeper. I think this is a good example of how in these small communities, it can be really hard to have an independent criminal investigation, especially if somebody who has a lot of status and power in the town. And it's really important that who's ever investigating a crime has absolutely no relationship with any of the suspects, because once that starts getting mixed, you see mistakes getting made. And it could be a conscious bias, but oftentimes it's just unconscious, because of the preconceived notions that you have about people.
Exactly. Like if you think at any point in time, oh yeah, this guy was a good guy, you can't do the case. I don't want you anywhere near. Like, for example, if I have a child that died to a person that's higher up in life, and that lawyer looks me dead in my face and say, yo, I know this guy, I don't remember him being a bad guy, but I'm guessing he did this bad thing to your kid, I'm gonna strangle my lawyer and say, give me, I'm gonna go to the firm and say, give me a new person before I choke everybody in this bitch. No way you're looking me in my eyes and telling me, yo, I knew this guy, I don't remember him being a bad guy, he was pretty cool to me, I didn't hear nothing bad about him, but I'm gonna see if he actually did this. I already can hear the bias in your voice. I hear it dripping down your fucking lip. Bitch ass nigga. Give me a new lawyer before I strangle everybody in this motherfucker. Everybody. Alright, so I'm halfway done with this video. We're gonna do the rest of the video tomorrow. The reason why, I'm trying to do a little experiment. One, posting new videos. Two, I'm gonna see if the reason why I might get low views is because my videos are too long for now. I know once I get bigger, people are gonna be like, yo, we want to see more of you, which then elicits longer reactions. You get it. Anyway though, that's another video that pack, you know what I'm saying? I actually like reacting to other videos. I don't like reacting to the same type of video all the time. Like, the videos are fun to react to, but it's kind of hard to react. If you think I'm lying, I want you to try. You'll see very fast what I mean by that. But hey man, that's another video pack. You know what I'm saying? Like the video, comment, subscribe. You get it. I'm gonna see you when I see you. You see me when you get my page. Find it all there. I've been reacting as of recent, by the way. Hold on. Yep, indeed. Y'all saw that. The computer is on the way. You know what I'm saying? So when it gets here, I'm gonna see if it has a graphic card. If it don't, I'm gonna buy one. But when it gets here, games will be played regardless. If my computer can't take it, I'm just you're gonna wait till the graphics card comes in and play low bit games. Anyway. So how's life been going, man? It's been good. I heard somebody passed in your family. I didn't really go too deep because I didn't want to stress you out, but you know, just let you know I'm always here for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta let me know everything, but if you got a little bit of a problem, just let me know. I'm gonna be there all the time, every time, no matter what. Love you, man, for real.
She 19 with a green bean, you shoot that bitch like I make so high. Introduce her to the dream team, then make up with no blow right. I did not hear what you did, I did not hear what you say, cause 7 years old. She 19 with a green bean, shoot that bitch like I make so high. Introduce her to the dream team, then make up with no blow right. I did not hear what you did, I did not hear what you say, cause 7